Come and see, friends. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when Bene ha-Elohim came in to the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai used to curse anyone who would translate the words Bene ha-Elohim literally as children of God. Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai taught, "Any breach in morals that is not begun by prominent men is not a breach. The saying goes, if the priests steal the idols, who will ever take an oath in their names, or who will ever sacrifice to them?" Rabbi Yossi said that when Cain's descendants walked the earth, they smoothed the face of the land and resembled both the celestial angels above and the humans below. Rabbi Yitzchak said, when Uzzah and Azael fell from the place of their sanctity above, they saw the daughters of men and sinned with them and begot children. These were the Nephilim, about whom it is written, "There were Nephilim on the earth." Bereshit 6:4. Rabbi Haya said that the descendants of Cain were the sons of Elohim because when Samael injected his filth into Eve, she conceived and gave birth to Cain. Consequently, his appearance was not similar to that of the rest of humanity. All those who descended from Cain were called the sons of Elohim, Rabbi Yudan said. The word is written fair, tovot without vavs. Because when they would adorn a woman for her marriage to her husband, the Bene ha-Elohim would enter and lay with her first, before her husband signified by the vavs. That is why it is written that they were fair tovot. These are the unmarried girls who were fair before they met their husbands, and they also took for themselves wives. These are married women, and from whomever they chose Baharu. These are males and animals. Rabbi Huna said in the name of Rebbe, the generation of the flood was not obliterated from the world until they wrote marriage contracts for males and animals. Rabbi Simlai said anywhere sexual immorality is found, a chaotic catastrophe comes to the world, which kills the righteous along with the wicked. No, the Nephilim are one of the 5 groups of the Erev Rav, as it is written. The Nephilim, the fallen ones, that the sons of the Elohim saw that the daughters of men were fair, Bereshit 6:2. These are the second group of the Erev Rav. They come from those fallen from above, from Asa and Azael, who were angels above, and the Holy One, blessed be He, dropped them out of the heavens. Come and see. When the Holy One, blessed be He, desired to create man, He said to the angels, "Let us make man in our image." Bereshit 1:26. He wanted to make him a leader over all the angels above, so that he might govern all the angels, and they would be under his rule, as is written about Joseph. And let him appoint officers over the land. Bereshit 41:34. This is why those angels wanted to denounce him. They asked the Holy One, "Blessed be He, what is man that you are mindful of him?" Tehillim 8:5. For he is bound to sin before you. Why therefore do you want us to be under him? The Holy One, blessed be He, replied, "If you were down below on earth like he, you would sin more than he does." Immediately the sons of the Elohim saw the daughters of men. They were filled with passion for them. So the Holy One, blessed be He, dropped them down in chains. These sons of Elohim are Uzzah and Azael, from whom descended the souls of the second group in the Erev Rav, which are the Nephilim. They made themselves fall from their holiness, and they fornicated with women who were fair. Because of this, the Holy One, blessed be He, also eliminated them from the world to come, so that they may not have a portion there. And He gave them their reward in this world, as it is written, and repays them that hate Him to their face to destroy them. Devarim 7:10. The Nephilim were on the earth, Bereshit 6:4. Rabbi Yossi taught that those called Nephilim were Asa and Azael, And as we have learned, they were so called because the Holy One, blessed be He, dropped them from the upper sanctity. How, you may well ask, can they subsist in this world? Rabbi Haya said that they are among those referred to as birds which fly upon the earth. Bereshit 1:20. And these, as we have discussed, appear to men in the form of human beings. And how, you may ask, do they transform themselves from the shape of an angel to that of human beings? As we have learned, they can transform themselves into all kinds of shapes, and when they come down into this world, they clothe themselves with the garments of Earth's atmosphere and take on human form. Uzzah and Azael, who rebelled above, and whom the Holy One, blessed be He, caused to fall from heaven, were forced to put on and to live with the garments of the earth. They could not divest themselves of these garments, and could not return to their former residence with the rest of the angels. They remained forever on earth. Subsequently, they were seduced by earthly women. They exist to this day, teaching sorcery to people. They begot sons, whom they called Gibborim and Anakim, the third and fourth group of the Erev Rav. Enough has been revealed for the wise to see.